Hey tribe, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go over the basics to the law of consciousness, but really kind of how the law of consciousness, how does it really play into your success, manifesting? You want to be that most successful version of you. You want to live life on your terms. And the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of videos, even not even my channel, talk a lot about consciousness. And I really want you to understand, what it is to us. We're not going to go in la la land with it, okay? We're not going to describe that everybody's consciousness. We're all interconnected. We're not going to go that deep, okay? I just want you to understand how it relates to you and what's actually coming into your life, okay? And how to solve it, okay? So I just want to give you some deeper knowledge so you can walk away with. You understand? Because it's really all about, is mastering this knowledge so you can live life on your terms. You can do whatever you want. That's basically self-mastery, but it's self-mastery with our consciousness and thoughts. Like that's what we're all trying to achieve, basically speaking. Okay, but lo and behold, let's jump over to the computer and let's dive into this. Okay, now really quick here, let's kind of describe the law of consciousness. What's the core definition? Okay, what we have to understand is that everything that happens in your world is a reflection of your state of consciousness. And let me put the highlighter on because I'll highlight some things here and there for you, just in case you're staying up with me. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Okay, now again, everything that happens in your world is a reflection of your state of consciousness. Now, really quick, this is the mirror principle. What's the mirror principle? Is anything that's within you, it's a self-reflection in your 3D world. That's the law of consciousness. That's what it means. Anything going on inside of you has to manifest into your outer world, your 3D world, what you can see with your eyeballs. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so in simpler terms, consciousness equals the law of cause and effect. Okay, now what's the cause? Now, cause is your reality. Okay, what's going on right now in your reality? What's going on right now in your 3D world? No matter if you like it or not, that's the cause. Okay, now the effect is your 3D world. You understand that? So, let me explain this a little bit simpler here, besides looking at the screen. The law of cause and effect, you are the cause. The cause comes within you, your deep-rooted beliefs, what you're thinking about, murmuring, complaining all day long. You're the cause. The effect is what the circumstances you're going through in your 3D world, no matter if you like it or you don't like it. Okay, now if you want to change the effect, okay, you don't go to the effect, you change the cause. You understand? If you want your world to change, you got to change the cause, which is you. Okay, so we'll dig deeper with this here in a second. Okay, look at it this way. It's not your actions, your luck, your circumstances that create your experience. It's the state of being you occupy in consciousness. Now, this brings in a whole nother law. Okay, now remember, the law of consciousness is really the root law. We'll get to this in a second. Now we're talking about the law of being, okay? Who are you being in every moment of your life? Listen to this, are you being the most successful version of you, or are you being your old self? Put it this way, let's say you go to pay for something. Are you being that most successful version of you that is wealthy and you're acting wealthy, or are you drifting into that scarcity mindset when you start to spend money, okay? Who are you being in every moment of your life? Okay, that's simply put. Are you being the most successful version of you, or you're not? Okay, so that's the law of being. Now to understand this, let me change the color here. Okay, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are aware of being. I'll repeat that one more time. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are aware of being. What I mean by that is we might wish for our dream house. We might wish for our dream car. Okay, we might want those things. We might really want those things. Okay, but listen to this. They're only going to come into your life until you're being the person who has your dream house. until you're being the person that has your dream car. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, if you want to be wealthy, well, wealth isn't going to come to you until you start acting like you're wealthy. You understand? That's your state of being. So the law of being is, who are you being in every single moment? So with the law of consciousness, we're kind of talking about three things here. We're talking about the law of cause and effect. Okay, we're talking about the mirror principle, and we're talking about the law of being. So with these three things, let's kind of unfold these three things really fast to kind of make it more clear what's going on. So when we go down here and talk about the law of cause and effect here, the law of cause and effect, it's simple, okay? You're the cause, okay? What's inside of you, what's within you is the cause, okay? Your deep-rooted beliefs are the cause. The effect is your 3D world, okay? What most of us try to do, we have this law backwards, okay? If we don't like what's going on in our 3D world, we try to change the effect. We try to change the circumstances, okay? But what we really need to do, we need to change the cause. We need to change us. We need to change what's within us. Okay, we need to change our deep-rooted beliefs and assumptions and our thoughts around what's happening. Okay, you understand what's going on. But let's go a little bit deeper. This is how consciousness plays out in the physical world. It's a law of cause and effect. Your inner state is your inner cause, determines your experiences in your 3D world, which is the effect. Okay, so your inner world is the cause. Your outer world is your 3D world. That's the effect. When your awareness shifts, your entire chain of causes in your 3D world has to shift with it. Okay, that's the power of the law of cause and effect. So let me highlight this for you, but this is really interesting here. Really important for you to understand. Okay, this is kind of just a fancier way to explain it. Okay, if you don't like what's going on in your life, you don't like their circumstances, you want to change them. Of course, you want to live life on your terms. You want to be that most successful version of you. Okay, but what the good news is, the great news is, listen. Okay, laws are definite. Okay, that's what you have to understand. That's what you truly have to believe with these universal laws. They're definite laws. Okay, there's no manipulating the laws. You understand? Okay, so the law of cause and effect, the cause is you, all your inner assumptions. What's an assumption again? The assumption is what you believe to be true has to be shown to you in your 3D world. So the cause is you, okay, your inner assumptions, what your inner beliefs, what you murmur and complain about all day long. The effect is your 3D world, okay? So everything you see in your 3D world is going by the cause, which is you. If you want to change that, okay, you change the cause. Okay, but the good news here is that, listen, when your awareness shifts, when you want something different and you're aware of it, listen, your entire chain of causes in your 3D world rearranges to match it. Okay, so when your internal beliefs change, your 3D world has to change to match it. You understand what we're saying? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, that's why trying to fix circumstances never works. Okay, we're always trying to fix the circumstances. We're always trying to fix, okay, what we don't like. You understand? Okay, let me jump up and close this door here. Because they're working outside. They're building the driveway door for us, so it's a little bit loud, and I had the door open there. So let me back up here, where I kind of was. I had a brain fart. Sorry. That's why trying to fix the circumstances never works. Okay, that's why if you don't like what's going on in your 3D world right now, what you're experiencing right now. See, the issue we have, and I'll say this again, is that we try to fix the circumstances. We try to change the circumstances rather than changing the cause, and the cause is us. Okay? So listen, that's why trying to fix the circumstances never works. You're manipulating effects instead of transforming the cause. You see what you're doing? You're trying to manipulate things instead of just changing the cause. Instead of just going straight to the root cause is you, your beliefs, your assumptions, what you think about all day long. That's the cause. But what we try to do is manipulate. Okay, we think manipulation works because manipulation worked in school for you. Okay, manipulation worked in middle school and high school and college for you. But once you got out in the real world and once you dig deep into this information, guess what? It doesn't work anymore. You can't manipulate God. You can't manipulate laws of the universe. You can't manipulate the laws of nature. Okay, they're exact laws. You either work with them or you work against them. Okay, that's it. It's black and white. Okay, black and white, my friends. Okay, listen. You move consciousness first, then the world moves. Okay, now what's consciousness? Okay, consciousness is your state of being. Okay, okay, you move your state of consciousness first, then the world has to catch up to you. Okay, the better way to explain it, everything comes within. There's nothing outside of you. Okay, listen to this. All the answers you seek, all the questions you have around what you do in life, where to go, are within you. Nothing is outside of you. You don't need to go to 20 of your friends and ask them what would they do, because the answer is inside of you. You just need to be quiet and listen to it. Then once you listen to it, you have the intuition, you take action on it. Okay? Hey friends, just a quick little intermission here. We'll jump right back to the video. But if you're really trying to figure this stuff out, if you're really trying to live life on your terms, you really need to check out the description, because in the description is where I keep all the nuggets and all the resources. If you're new here, start right here. We got stuff like the power drops, which is totally free, by the way. We got the 30-day challenge. And of course, if you want to be part of the tribe, the link is here. And if you want to try to work with me, the link is right here as well. Like I said, my friends, if you really want to try to make this stuff happen, if you really want to live life on your terms, always keep up to date with the description, because that's where all the nuggets are. Other than that, let's get back to the video. Now, what's the mirror principle? I think the mirror principle is easy to explain, because the mirror is like, it's really a self-reflection. It's like if I'm standing in front of a mirror right now and I'm overweight, I'm out of shape, well, that's going to be, when I look in the mirror, that's what I see. It's a self-reflection. Okay, now the mirror principle in manifesting, okay, your life is a self-reflection. It's what's happening in your 3D world right now. Again, no matter if you like it or not, is a self-reflection of what's going on inside of you. Like, make sense? Okay, so the mirror principle is the mechanism. This explains how you see the effect. This explains, when we talk about the law of cause and effect, the mirror principle is how you see the effect, which is your 3D world. The outer world mirrors your inner assumptions back to you. Again, what's an assumption? Okay, we're kind of blending in the Neville Goddard a little bit. The Neville Goddard talked about assumptions a lot. The what is it? Law of attraction, law of assumption. Okay, I'm kind of mixing so many definitions here. I get confused myself. But what's the law of assumption? Is whatever you assume to be true for you has to come into your 3D world. It's rooted to your beliefs. Okay, it's tied to your beliefs. Okay, that's why it's saying your outer world, your 3D world, mirrors your inner assumptions back to you. Okay, but this is the most important part. This is what I love. What color am I on? Okay, let me highlight this for you. Okay, everything's mirrored back to you, but kind of, some of us get kind of not really confused. We kind of misinterpret. We misinterpret what's going on, especially if we have a religious background. Okay, you might be this way, or you might know somebody like this way. For example, if right now in your 3D world, right now what you're going through, maybe it's something you want to change, you don't like. Maybe it's negative. Okay, but sometimes we tend to look at it as negative. Sometimes we tend to look at it like life is judging you, God is judging you, God is punishing you because you're going through this circumstance. But what you have to understand with the law of consciousness, okay, it's not judging you. Okay, that's why I like what I wrote here. What you're going through right now, it's not judging you, it's not punishing you. You have to understand that, okay? And some of us are brought up with religion, going to church and stuff like that. Some of us, even for myself, I went to churches that really believe this way. Like, if you're going through something negative, then God's punishing you. You know what I mean? What you have to understand is Your outer world mirrors your assumptions back to you. Okay, listen, your subconscious mind is black and white. Your subconscious mind don't care about you. Okay, your subconscious mind isn't trying to figure out what's good or bad for you. It's very, very impersonal. Okay, you have to understand this. When you realize your subconscious mind is very, very impersonal, you don't think this way anymore. Okay, what we're going to describe. You understand. It's very, very impersonal. Your subconscious mind is giving you what you give it, and it asks no questions about it. You understand? That's why I really want you to walk away with this. What you're going through right now, it's not to judge you. You're not being punished, okay? But to make you conscious of what's still unconscious. You have to understand that what you're going through right now, if you don't like, you've created that, okay? You're the problem. But the great news is you're the solution to your problem. You understand, okay? Listen, if you want to change the reflection, you don't smash the mirror. You change your expression. You change what's within you, and what's within you has to manifest into your 3D world. That has to change as well. What's within has to be out. Your reactions reveal your state. That's why awareness is power. That's why Neville Goddard wrote The Power of Awareness. Okay, it's you becoming aware of what's really going on. Now let's move to the law of being, because remember when we first started with the law of consciousness, it kind of combined the law of cause and effect, the mere principle, and it really combined the law of being. Who are you being in every moment of your life? Are you being that most successful version of you? Or you're not. You're being that old self. Okay. And I know I'm saying okay a lot. I'm getting that habit. Once you understand the mere principle and the law of cause and effect, the final step is being it. Not thinking, not wishing, but embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. That's what I mean. Okay, if you want your dream house, then you be the person who has your dream house right now. You want to be wealthy? You be wealthy. You're wealthy right now. That's the law of being. Who are you being in every moment of your life? You go out and spend money, you have to buy something. Okay, do you go internal and start having a panic attack because you got to spend money? Who are you being in that moment? Okay, you're being that poverty version of you. You're being scarcity at that moment. You're not being the most successful version of you that's wealthy. Okay, this is what shifts your reality. Once you kind of master this is what kind of bends reality for you. Okay, who are you being? And the way I like to be it, kind of get in my mind around this that works for me is I'm always asking myself, am I being the most successful version of me right now? If I'm trying to make a decision, what would the most successful version of me do? Okay, what decision would they make? And at least half the time, I can answer it really fast. Like the most successful version of Chad, the $15 million man would do this. And you should do that. Okay, play with yourself with these questions. Okay, that's what will help you out. So I'll read this really fast. Once you understand the mere principle, the law of cause and effect, the final step is being it. Not thinking, not wishing, not embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. You stop identifying as someone trying to manifest and start living as the one who already has it. That's the state of being. That's another way to explain it. It's Neville Goddard's living the end. Okay, you already have what you want. You want your dream house, you already have it. So be that person who has your dream house right now. You want your dream car, you already have it right now. So be the person who has your dream car right now. You basically act as if. You want to be wealthy, you want to be a wealthy entrepreneur. Okay, you're wealthy right now. So be that person right now. How would that person dress? Where would they go? Where would they hang out? What type of decisions would that person make? That's what you got to do right now. That's when everything aligns. You see, the law of being, when you be the person, you be that most successful version of you, that's when everything aligns. Because your beingness carries the vibration of completeness. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm moving a little bit quickly because we still have a whole nother page of stuff to go. That's why I'm not kind of, I know I'm kind of not skipping around, but I'm kind of moving a little bit fast because I know we're going to explain and talk about it further. When people try to manifest consciously but contradict it subconsciously, they're living out of the law of consciousness unconsciously. The universe isn't punishing them. We've talked about this. It's obeying their dominant state. That's what's understanding. When you're going through stuff, and before we move on here, I'll repeat it to you one more time. If you're going through negative situations right now, you're not being punished. Okay, you have to understand is your subconscious mind is only obeying your dominant state you're having. It's only obeying your dominant state, your dominant beliefs, what you murmur, complain about, what you think constantly. It's obeying your habits, your patterns you have in your life. It's only obeying you. That's what you have to understand with your subconscious mind. It's only obeying you. You're not being punished. You're not being judged. Okay, get those out of your mind right now. Okay, that's why I said is you're the problem, but you are the solution to your problem. Now let's go back to the law of consciousness, because we dissected the three things that's embodied with the law. Let's go back to it. Consciousness is our only reality. Neville said consciousness is the one and only reality, not figuratively, but literally. That means there is no outside world acting independently of your perception. A lot of us believe this way, or we have friends that believe this way, or we've heard this over and over and over by someone, maybe a teacher, a relative, or whatever, is your outside world isn't acting independently. You ever hear someone say, well, no, this is a deck of cards that were dealt to me. I'm not in control. I'm not in control of what's going on. This is what life brought me. But it's not true. That's what it means here is there is no outside world acting independently of your perception. Okay, your outside world is coming within you. Okay, you're creating it. You're creating your outside world. The outer world is projected from within. Okay, what's within you? All your internal beliefs, your internal thoughts, your habits and patterns you have. Okay, we live the same way every single day. We do the same habits, the same patterns. We think on loop. We think the same things every single day. This is stats. We have anywhere around 65,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. 70% of those are negative. That should scare you a little bit. 70% of your thoughts are negative, and it doesn't stop there. 95% of the time, we think on loop. So if 70% of our thoughts are negative, 95% of that we think on loop, meaning we think the same things over and over and over and over and over again until we believe it true for us. Then that's what's manifested in our world. It's kind of like the law of karma at this point. Okay, you're on the cycle of karma. You can't get off. What I mean by that, the law of karma is the same things keep on happening to you over and over and over again, good or bad. How do you get off the law of karma? Is you change what you're thinking about. You change the loop. So that means there's no outside world acting independently of your perception. The outer world is projected from within, like a movie screen reflecting the film running inside your mind. Whatever you accept as true, emotionally, imaginatively, must express itself outwardly. Right here, this is the law of assumption right here. Whatever you believe to be true for you has to be proven to you. Like I like to say this, is that none of us, listen to this, and in the law of consciousness, none of us are wrong. If we're debating about something, you know what? We're both right. We're both right. We're both right under the law of consciousness. Why would I say that? Is we're both right is because what you believe to be true for you has to be manifested in your world, and what I believe to be true for me has to be manifested in my world. Let me give you an example way fast. Let's say I believe that we don't miss our opportunities, but you believe, and you debate with me, well, Chad, I believe you do miss your opportunities because if you don't take action on them, you miss them. And I believe, well, you don't miss them. Even if you don't take action on them, it still loops around to you. So you never miss your opportunities. But we're both right. With the law of assumption, with the law of consciousness, we're both right. Okay? If I truly believe we don't miss opportunities, then that's what's shown to me. I don't miss opportunities. But if you believe that you miss opportunities, then that's shown to you. That means you will miss your opportunity. That's the law of consciousness. Okay? That's what we're talking about. That's how things work. Just like that. There's no favoritism. Okay. There's no like, Chad, I wasn't born into a wealthy family. Okay. It's literally what you believe. Honestly. Honestly, my friends. It takes a while to grasp this information when you go deeper. But once you grasp it, it will change your life.
Really quick here, friends. Do you want a challenge that's going to make every dream of yours come true?
You see, my friends, the issue is when you start trying to live life on your terms, you're doing everything right. See, that's the problem. That's how you feel. You're trying your hardest, but nothing is changing. Now, in the challenge, there's no fluff, there's no hype. It's just real transformation delivered daily. We are going to the core. We are going to the root cause why things are not working for you. All you got to do is go to the description, click see more. Everything will pop up and you will see the 30-day breakthrough challenge. Click the link and it will take you right over to that.
This is how the law works. Okay. The law of consciousness. You're always creating, even unconsciously. I love that. You're always creating. Okay, some of you think manifesting don't work. Some of you think law of attraction don't work. Some of you think law of assumption don't work. But it's working unconsciously. Okay, you're manifesting all day long. No matter if you want to call it that or not. Okay, whatever you think and believe is proven to you in your 3D world. It has to come to you. Whatever it is, good or bad, has to come to you. Remember, the subconscious mind don't play favorites. It's very impersonal. It just gives you what you give it. If you give it bad things, well, bad things will come to you. If you give it good things will come to you, my friends. Okay, that's what it means. I love that. You're always creating, even unconsciously. Every thought, every feeling, every assumption you persist in defines a state, and that state must externalize in your world. This is almost like Navigato language right here. Let me explain this, okay? And I know I'm over-explaining things, but I really want you to walk away with this. And I have this camera right here. I don't know. I'm moving all over the place. I don't even know if I'm in frame. We'll see once I edit this video. Listen, every thought you have, every feeling you have, every assumption you have. What's an assumption again? I'm quizzing you. An assumption is what you believe to be true for you. Has to be shown to you. So your assumptions, the assumptions you have around your life are your beliefs, and your beliefs have to be shown to you. So that's why it says every thought, every feeling, every assumption you persist in, you think about over and over and over again, defines a state. What's a state? A state of being, who you are, an emotional state. Okay, what you believe in, and that state must externalize in your 3D world. That state has to be manifested in your 3D world. Listen, let's do a couple examples. You feel overlooked, you experience being ignored. If your inner feeling is no one pays attention to me, everyone overlooks, you go to your work, everyone overlooks the hard work I'm putting in. Well, if that's what you feel, that's what you constantly think about, well, that's what you have to experience. You will experience people ignoring you. But the flip is true too. If you feel chosen and confident, you feel like people pay attention to you, you feel like people recognize your hard work you put in, you're going to experience that. You will experience opportunity and recognition. Listen, you can't escape the law. This is the walkaway here. What color am I on? Listen, I kind of brought this up in the beginning of the video, but I explain it differently. You can't escape the law. You can't escape the law of consciousness. And to put it further, you can't escape any law of the universe. Every law of the universe cannot be manipulated. Every law of the universe has a polar opposite. Okay, every law of the universe is direct. Every law of the universe is black and white. There's no gray area to these laws. This is what you have to walk away with. You can't escape the law. You can't escape the law of consciousness. You can only use it wisely or ignorantly. You understand? You either use the law wisely for you or it's being used against you. And we're almost to the climax of this video. We're almost at the end. How to use it. How to use the law of consciousness. Okay. And let me change the color because I've been using yellow a lot. Let's change it over to green. The color of money, baby. How to use it. How to apply the law consciously. One of the ways is, not one of the ways, but is you have to identify your state. You got to identify your desire. What do you want? The attention. Okay, many people explain it different ways. What do you want? What do you really want? Okay, when you live life in your terms, you want your dream life. What do you really, really want? Okay, maybe it's huge. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it's your dream car, your dream house. What do you really want? Okay, you need to find that first. Okay, notice what you're assuming about yourself or your world. What are your inner assumptions? What are your inner beliefs? What do you believe to be true for you? Okay. Then you got to shift inwardly. Okay. What you go within. Now, how would Never Goddard explain this? Is you go inside your imagination. Okay. What you believe to be true. We all go inside our imagination, even if we know it or not. Okay. And listen to this. At work right now, there's someone at work right now you probably don't get along with. Maybe it's your boss. Okay. How easy is it once you start thinking about your boss, you're thinking about maybe that supervisor you report to? Okay. How many times, once you start thinking about them, you go inside your imagination really quick and you start having imaginary arguments with them? You know what I mean? When you start having imaginary arguments with them, then sooner or later it's reflected in your real world, your 3D world. You go to work and you actually start having arguments with them. You start having disagreements with them. You're starting to act, your imagination starts to act out. Okay, everything comes within you, but it starts with your imagination. That's what it means to shift inwardly. In imagination, feel the reality of your desired wish. Feel the reality of what you really want. You want your dream car, your dream house. Inside your imagination, you already have what you want. You're experiencing it. You're living in your dream house right now. You have your dream car right now. You're driving it inside your imagination. You live in your 4D world until it's manifested into your 3D world. Then you persist. This is why Neville Goddard said, persist in your assumption. Persist in your desire. Because he knew in the beginning, you don't really believe you can have your dream house. You don't really believe you can live life on your terms. You don't really believe you can have your dream car. You don't really believe you can be wealthy. This is why Neville Goddard said, persist in your assumption and it will eventually become true for you. Because he knew if you persist and consist, you always have to get what you want. Because if you persist in it, one day you're going to wake up. It doesn't matter if it's next week, next month, 3 months from now, next year from now. Okay. Eventually you're going to wake up and you're really going to believe that you can have your dream house. Once you believe it, boom, it's going to come to you like that. Okay. That's the power of persistence. Listen to this. And we'll kind of add to this is live as though it's already true. No matter what you want, live as though it's already true. You want your dream house, live as though, carry yourself as you already have what you want. Okay, even the Bible says this. Okay, as you go in prayer, ask for what you want. Believe you already have it. Live in the end and you'll receive it. This is even in the Bible. Okay, people want to throw away these verses. Okay, that's manifesting 101 right there. It's just right from the Bible. Is when you go in prayer, you pray about something, ask for what you want, believe you already have it. That means carry yourself as if you already have it. You want your dream house, you already have it. So carry yourself that way. Be that person who already has what you want. Be that most successful version of you right now today. And it has to come to you. You have to receive it. It doesn't say maybe. It doesn't say if. It literally says, when you go in prayer, ask for what you want, believe you already have it, and you'll receive it. There's no maybe in there, my friends. There's no if. It's exact. It's an exact law. Now, as we wrap this up, okay, and I love lately I've been doing a lot of Neville Goddard stuff. So in Neville's world, Neville would probably say this. Your world is yourself pushed out. Isn't that another way to say it? Your world you're going through, the world you're living in right now is you pushed out. What does that mean? All your inner beliefs, all your inner assumptions, Okay, what you murmur and complain about all day long, what you think about all day long, what you think about on loop all day long, it's you pushed out. That's what you're experiencing in your 3D world. The world is yourself pushed out. Every man's inner speech blossoms into the conditions of his life. Your consciousness, what you accept, what you feel, what you assume to be true for you is the script your world must follow. I love that. I'll read it to you one more time and we'll wrap up this video. Listen to this. Take it to heart. Your consciousness, your inner consciousness is what you accept, what you feel, what you assume to be true for you is the script your world must follow. That's it, baby. But other than that, tribe, YouTube fam, if you have questions on this, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Comment below. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Peace out. And remember, I love you guys.